Now here are your hosts, Tony Griffin and Hogan Rules. Welcome to the Wrestling Explosion Podcast, episode number 3. I am your host, Tony Griffin, and accompanied is
Hogan Rules.
Hogan Rules today.
How you doing?
Today we are going to do our WrestleMania Dream card. We decided that it can be from like any era, any time period versus any time period.
In any company.
So basically anybody versus anybody. Anybody in history versus anybody in history.
No rules. We can do what we want.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I originally thought it'd be cool if we did just like current guys, but
no.
Because I could put together a damn good WrestleMania, but we didn't. So
who wants to go first?
You can. I think his is 12, mine's 10, because I can only think of 10 matches to.
Okay.
Do. This is his card.
You want to go back and forth, like 1 and 1 and 2 and 2. You can go back and forth, so you can compare each other's.
Well, I mean, if you just want to, you can. We can do that, or we can do where you just read off your whole card and then I read off mine.
Okay. Then my first matchup is AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels.
I knew you were going to do that.
My second matchup is the Hardy Boys versus the Street Profits in a tag team titles ladder matchup.
Okay.
My third match is Daniel Bryan versus Bret the Hitman Hart in a submission matchup.
Ooh.
My fourth match is Io Shirai, and I know she's the current NXT champion, versus Lita for the NXT title. My fifth match is Batista versus Brock Lesnar. My sixth match is Damian Priest versus Scott Hall / Razor Ramon, whichever one he feels like being that night. My seventh match is Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kevin Owens for the IC title matchup. I'll pick the winners after I'm done saying them. The eighth matchup is Brody Lee versus Darby Allin for the AEW TNT title matchup in a lumberjack match. Which I did want to see them face, but rest in peace, Brody Lee. The ninth matchup is The Machine Brian Cage versus Goldberg in his prime years. Yes, Goldberg. Then we have the 10th match is Dash Wilder and Cash Wheeler versus the Dudley Boys for the AEW Tag Team titles in a tables matchup. And we got Randy Orton versus Jake the Snake Roberts, which is Viper versus Boa Constrictor. And then the main event is Karrion Kross versus The Undertaker, career versus career. Matchup buried alive. So then the first matchup that I said, I go with I like Shawn Michaels, but I'm gonna pick AJ Styles. And then we have Hardy Boys and Street Profits. I go for that matchup. In the tag team ladder matchup, I go with the Hardys on that one. Then we have Daniel Bryan versus Bret the Hitman Hart submission match. I go with who's the better submission expert. I'd say Daniel Bryan is. I say him. Io Shirai versus Lita for the NXT title. I go with I loved if Lita was in her prime, I would go with Lita to win. And we have Batista versus Brock Lesnar. I would go with Brock Lesnar, even though Batista gave him a hell of a fight. Damian Priest versus Scott Hall or Razor Ramon. I would go with Damian Priest. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kevin Owens for the IC title. I would go with Stone Cold. Brody Lee versus Darby Allin for the TNT Championship. I would go with Brody Lee. The Machine Brian Cage versus Goldberg. I would go with Goldberg at that time. And then Dash Wilder versus Cash Wheeler versus Dash Wilder and Cash Wheeler versus the Dudley Boys for the AEW Tag Team title for the tables matchup, I would go with the Dudley Boys. Randy Orton versus Jake St. Roberts. Viper versus Bro Constrictor. I would go with Randy Orton. And then Karen Cross versus The Undertaker in a career versus career buried alive matchup. I like Undertaker and all, but I would give it to Karrion Kross to finish him off. And that is my Hogan Rules WrestleMania Dream Card matchups. And now I'm gonna send it over to Hay and go.
Okay. My WrestleMania Dream Card is first match is Randy Savage and Seth Rollins for the IC title. I have Seth Rollins going over. Then I have the Hardys versus the Bucks versus the Legion of Doom in a triple threat tag team match for the tag team titles. And I have the Hardys going over. Then I have a hardcore title match. Mick Foley versus Jon Moxley. And I got Jon Moxley going over. Then I got Chris Benoit and Daniel Bryan in a submission match with Daniel Bryan going over. Then I have Adam Cole and HBK with Adam Cole going over. Then I have Hogan and Karrion Kross with Karrion Kross going over. Then I have Eddie Guerrero and Angel Garza for the Cruiserweight title with Angel Garza going over. Then I have Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler for the women's title, and I have Shayna Baszler going over. And then I got Booker T and Keith Lee with Keith Lee going over. And then I have Kenny Omega and Roman Reigns in the main event for the world title and Kenny Omega going over.
Alright. I have more and he has less, but still pretty good WrestleMania.
I can't think of any more matchups.
There. Pretty good WrestleMania right there. From Hay and Hogan Rules.
Let us know what you think. And we'll be
Quite
back.
a short one.
Yeah, this is kind of a short one. But we'll be back for episode number 4.
Where real news starts to happen.
And we'll be covering more news. We'll be covering news and stuff like that in episode number 4. And then eventually we'll start branching out, and we'll be doing Raw reviews. We'll be doing NXT reviews, Dynamite reviews, pay-per-view reviews. We'll start branching out and doing this and this and that.
It'll be a long video.
It'll eventually get to the point to where we're almost uploading kind of constantly, but
Gonna try.
well, I mean, I'm pretty much full steam in this. He's kind of.
Well, you see, I have to work.
I know, but other than that, I know that you're kind of hesitant with some things.
Yeah.
Not getting too deep.
No deep in that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and
we'll be back for episode number 4 with the news, and let us know, guys, if you want to see other stuff on the channel as well. We're not going to probably do anything quite yet because we got to get the podcast kind of down more pat before we kind of expand. But I've been doing a universe mode on wrestling for like last couple years, from game to game, and I've been thinking about uploading it, but just let us know what you guys.
So, if you like this video, leave a comment of all that stuff you said and me as well. Stay tuned for more, and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up, hit your notification, share it with your friends, because there will be a lot more to come. And 3, 2, 1, that's such good shit.